What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing? We had a great weekend, didn't we? Quick shout out to everybody that showed up. It was the biggest one that we've had so far in terms of people that showed up for the raid boss, so that was awesome. Video should be on Friday. I got a lot of footage to come through. So anyway, if you hear something in the background, it's me having a couple other amiibos beat the crap out of an amiibo that I'm trying to train currently, so wink wink, nudge nudge, future amiibo. I can't tell you who it is, but anyway, off topic, let's get back on track here. If you haven't seen the series before, most of us have. 100 characters put into a tournament each day on the channel. I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then we'll talk about the two characters in the match. I'll go over a mini moveset pool, maybe a couple facts about the character, and then just try to make a case why they might make sense for Smash Bros. And then we'll vote down in the comments, but voting is a part of the rules, so let's throw up the rules on screen for everybody. And you can see the rules are very straightforward and simple. Rule 1, this is for fun, and I truly do mean that. So, when voting, think of it this way. Vote for who you personally would like between the two, not who's necessarily more likely, but vote for who you would personally rather have. That's how I want you to vote for that. But do remember, though, you only get one vote per person. I do check that stuff. You only get one vote per person. The way to vote is very simple. Type the name of the character you are voting for. You are allowed to vote for both characters, however. Just simply type the word both. If you don't, if you're having a difficult time deciding who to vote for, or if you like both the characters, you can vote both. All is fine. The rest of the rules, though, double elimination, meaning a character has to lose twice before being eliminated. Once we get to the results to determine winner and loser, if there's a tie in the votes, we're going to flip a coin to break the tie. Fairest way to do it. And then each matchup voting-wise only lasts for just 1 week. So you have 7 days from once the episode first gets uploaded to get your votes in. If they come in after that, they don't count. Simple. There's the rules. Let's get to the rest of the video, shall we? Alright, guys. We are back in the winner's bracket today. But we're starting off in the loser bracket because we got to go over the results from last Monday. So last Monday's matchup was Jill Valentine, yes, the Resident Evil spirit in Smash Bros, but doesn't matter, who is taking on Springman. Yeah, the assist trophy character from, in Smash. Doesn't matter. Vote for who you want it. So the winner of this one, or should I say, I guess the loser, I have a better pun kind of for this one. So the loser was Springman. He couldn't quite stretch out to the win column. That was bad, I'm sorry. But Springman lost this one, so that means Jill Valentine ended up winning. I'm going to turn that down, that's a little loud. But Jill Valentine ended up winning 29 votes to just 17, so congrats. Jill moves on for at least one more match, because she's already in the loser bracket, so if you're here, you already have a loss. So, congrats to Jill, moves on for one more. And, unfortunately, Springman is done from the tournament. So, we get to finally, after a long wait, we are back in the winner's bracket. But, we'll be here for a couple weeks, so that's the good news. That's the good news. So, starting things off back in the winner's bracket, today we have a pretty good matchup. Unfortunately, somebody might get smacked up. I hope not, but we'll see. We'll see next Monday. Anyway, the matchup: Kamek from the Yoshi series in the Mario universe as well, but the villain thing. We'll talk about it. But Kamek's opponent, the buzzsaw known as Shantae from the Shantae series. So yeah, let's jump into it. So Kamek, like I stated, from the Mario Yoshi series. In the Yoshi series, he's one of the main sort of reoccurring villains. So he's got a familiar face. He's a Nintendo first-party character. So if you're playing Smash Bros, odds are you're going to know quite a bit of first-party characters, and there's a chance you're going to recognize the character. Again, coming from the standpoint of if you're a casual fan and you're like, you know what, I'd be willing to buy a DLC character. I'd be willing to buy the entire Fighter Pass potentially, as long as I know who the characters are. So if you play Smash Bros, if you play a lot of Nintendo games, the point is the face, the character should be at least recognizable. So you're like, okay, I could maybe see who that character is, and I could warm up to him a little bit better. So Kamek, a good reason that he should be added to the roster, a villain. It's my #1 wanted category. We did not get that for Fighter Pass 1. Nintendo, why? Seriously, why? Tell me. I don't know. I want a villain. I want a villain. And, that is one category on the roster that is severely lacking Villains. I mean, we have our big baddies. We have Bowser, K. Rool, Ganondorf, DDD to an extent. We'll do a Bowser Jr. I guess Piranha Plant's kind of a villain. But I'm, like, besides that, am I missing somebody? Maybe I'm missing, like, one. But, like, Mewtwo does not count. Meta Knight doesn't. Wolf doesn't. They're all, like, grayish, anti-hero-ish type of character. I'm talking full-on villains. And Kamek is a villain. So perfect for that, if that matters to anybody. So moveset, he's a Magikoopa, a wizard, who would cast a lot of spells, which would be pretty fun. So you can see he's got his little wand thing. I don't know if it's actually called a wand. But basically he's got this thing. He can twirl around and cast a bunch of spells. So you can see a few things on screen. As long as my face cam's not blocked. I hope not. But basically cast a little spell, little like magic. I don't know what you want to call it. Like it's a little magic, little projectile, just kind of like rotates and kind of, shoots forward. It'd be a slower moving projectile, but it could still be a pretty reliable, just neutral special attack. Pretty simple stuff. Broom jumps on a broomstick and flies around. So you could either do this as a side special, just jump on it, whoo, whiz right across the screen, across the stage, whatever. But I think it worked better for potentially like an up special. Jump on the broomstick and maybe you can kind of control exactly the path that you want to take to get back onto, I guess, the stage, if that's the way you want to take it, something like that. He's got Whirl, can cause like, isn't Whirl whirlwinds or gust of wind or something like that, I think. But he's got Flame Trail, so cast like a little a flame pillar, if you will, and it could have a little burning effect if your opponent gets, if your opponent gets hit by the attack, sort of a deal. But there's a lot of really cool potential moveset here. So Kamek, again, reoccurring character in the Mario series. So familiar faces also. And this would be a cool thing. I don't think I've touched on this. Fun fact. Actually, for me, it's not a fun fact because I love Bowser. How do we not have a Bowser themed stage? How do we not have Bowser's Castle as a stage yet? Excuse me, we have over 100 stages, and there's still a few that didn't even make the cut to come back. But we've never had a Bowser Castle, a Bowser anything stage. That's kind of criminal in my opinion. So maybe Kamek could kind of right that wrong. At least in my book, he could right that wrong. Bowser's Airship maybe does bring a Bowser Castle for whatever reason, a portion of a Bowser Castle, whatever it might be. So that would be kind of fun to finally have a Bowser type of stage. I know it'd be coming with Kamek, but it still kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, it still makes sense. Plus, first party Nintendo, odds are we're going to have at least one first party character, if not maybe 2 or 3 in the Fighters Pass for Nintendo. It's obviously, they could just help kind of promote, if they want to go that route, promote their fighters going into the future. Just upcoming DLC, upcoming whatever new IPs might be coming, whatever it might be. They could do what they want. It's Nintendo's game after all. They don't have to cater to everybody's wish here and there, and every third party and every indie character and every first party. They'll put in who they want. I'm sure they probably took some fan feedback in what we were saying through the first cycle of DLC. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get 1 or 2 of those really big characters. But yeah, Kamek, nonetheless, I think would make a pretty nice addition to the roster. How about another character that would probably make another addition to the roster? Dimitri and Hilda from Legend of Zelda. No, I'm just joking. There's a point to this picture. There's a very good point to this picture. So, a lot of people say spirits disconfirm a character, correct? Alright, I'm just going to float. This isn't like extremely like, alright, it's going to flip your idea. It's going to flip your mindset in terms of this thinking. But these 2 spirits have been updated. So they've updated older spirits. What do I mean? Before the Fire Emblem, before Byleth came out, these spirits, it just simply said Dimitri for the Dimitri spirit. And for Hilda, it simply said Hilda. They updated it with, in parentheses, Legend of Zelda for the 2 respective. Because we have a Dimitri Fire Emblem 3 Houses rep and a Hilda Fire Emblem 3 Houses rep. So they can update older spirits, which is fine. So, as an example, for Shantae, could they update Shantae's spirit that's in the game now? Potentially, you could get a different sort of character model. I have not been following along with the Legend of the Seven Sirens, or the Seven Shantae and the Seven Sirens, right? That's the ones coming out. Wasn't that supposed to come out by the end of like 2019? I don't think that came out yet, has it? Somebody let me know in the comments. I should probably look that up. But if it hasn't come out, it's got to be hopefully the first half of 2019 or 2020 here. But she could have a slightly different character model. She does have her pajamas. She's got her jammies mode, so I don't know if you want to make that like her base model. That would definitely have to be like an alternate skin for her. I mean, come on. They made a whole mode around that. Like, come on now. But Shantae, indie character. Unfortunately, let's talk about the indies. So, recently with the last 2 DLC fighters, we've gotten a deluxe Mii costume. Obviously with Sans, and now most recently with Cuphead. Would Shantae potentially fall under that same umbrella? You just give her, basically, just give it a Shantae Mii costume. I know it... I don't see Shantae working too well as any of the classes for the Miis, you know, Gunner, Swordsman, or Brawler. Maybe the Brawler would make the most sense, even though I still don't, I still can't picture Shantae as a Mii costume. So if she gets in, I'd much prefer it as an actual playable character. She's had great ties to Nintendo for such a long time. Sorry, just checking lives. But she's had such a great like the GameCube, or not GameCube, the Game Boy, which one was that? Game Boy Advance? Was that her first official appearance for Nintendo? Maybe it's even before that. I'm not the greatest with history with Shantae, but she's, yeah, I think, no, she's been on other who cares if she's been on other platforms? Basically, Nintendo's and indies, Nintendo loves the indies, and they love showing, you know, if you want to say respect and putting the little, you know, like a spotlight on a character, and that could be something they could finally do. Again, I've always said I don't think for Smash Ultimate we're getting any playable indie characters. I think that could definitely happen the next Smash game on the next Nintendo console. Well, that's years away. But Shantae, yeah, moveset. I mean, there's so like transformations. That's a big part of her game, right? She's got the monkey, the elephant, harpy talent. Like there's a lot that really goes into the ponytail. You got to get some hair, like ponytail whips, if you want to put it like that. There's just the moveset potential is pretty, like, it's off the charts for Shantae, which is good. It kind of helps development process if you can go, all right, I want this character, and we already pretty much know how the character's gonna work. So Shantae, she's got the fan demand. She's really popular in America. I have not seen a lot of support for her in Japan, or not so much Europe either. Maybe a tiny bit in Europe, just based on a few polls I've seen on Twitter. But she's very popular in America, so I don't know if they'd go that route, you know, for an indie character for the first time. But yeah, I still think Shantae's got incredible potential. I think Kamek has pretty good potential as well. But for this matchup, I do want villains, and I do want to see that first playable indie rep. But I think I'm gonna go Shantae on this one. Actually, again, villains are the #1 thing I want to see. Although I don't know if Kamek's really up there for me. I'd be ecstatic if he got in, because I think he could have a pretty fun playstyle. But yeah, Shantae gets my vote in this one. She's getting my vote. Simple. So let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. Kamek or Shantae or both. All great options. That's going to be it for this one. I think I have a second video, more gameplay, because again, last week I said I wanted to start shifting to a little bit more gameplay on the channel, so there should be something later today. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So a little sneak peek for tomorrow's video, though. Another good matchup. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, that assist trophy guy. That spirit as well. But he's taking on Lloyd Irving. Where's his Mii costume? Are they waiting, or is he going to be upgraded? I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, Lloyd Irving at Shadow tomorrow. And then where are we going? Results. What's the results? Can we get to the loser bracket, please? Aha. Ooh, okay. The results for tomorrow is going to be from Klonoa, who was taking on Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. One of them only is going to get one match in the tournament, sadly, but they were both the replacement characters. So anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.